What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders for FanDuel on Friday, March 19th. I got it. It was, I can't remember these dates any longer. Anyway, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. We're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Saddiq Bey, Nico Mannion, James Harden, Jamal Murray, and Jerami Grant on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up, coming in at number 5, power forward eligible KRISTAPS PORZINGIS. He's 7,900, projected for 41. The goal is about 50. He's in the optimal lineup 23% of the time. Decent matchup against Portland. It is actually slight pace down spot, but I'm expecting some offense here. 33 minutes, about a 1.25 fantasy point per minute rate. You're getting 27% usage out of Porzingis, almost 23 points, about 9 boards, an assist and a half. 2.5 stocks, and that's the real piece here. If you're going to get an outlier KRISTAPS Porzingis game, you're looking for a couple block shots, or, a steal or two if you can fall into it. I really like this spot. I think that he should be priced slightly more than 8K. I see a little bit of value here, and he strikes me as a guy that could hit a bit of an upside. We don't have Willie Cauley-Stein. We don't have James Johnson, so I think that we could see a little bit more KRISTAPS Porzingis at the 5 than we normally do, at least fingers crossed. So I like that fit. If the problem is there's no Dorian Finney-Smith, so it doesn't fit as perfectly as I would really like. We might even end up seeing like a couple minutes of Boban today. Not enough that you're going to want to play him all that much. Let's just put that out there. But we're talking about KRISTAPS Porzingis right now. And again, 33 minutes at 7,900 for a guy that's 1.25 fantasy points per minute. Got a lot of variability in that projection too. I like getting to Porzingis. At number 4, we're heading to the power forward spot once again. 8,900, Jayson Tatum, projected for about 45 fantasy points. The goal is 53. He's a little bit more pricey. 25% of the time he's in the optimal, though. And we're loving Boston. Huge game total. They're taking on the Sacramento Kings, the worst defense in the league. 1.27 fantasy points per minute for Tatum here. We do have Kemba back, so that kind of nerfs him a little bit, but the matchup more than makes up for it. 27, 7, and 4 as a baseline projection. 2 stocks. He's just going to score a lot, or at least I expect him to, because playing Sacramento means someone's going nuts here for Boston, or at least that's my expectation. I really do like Kemba. I like Jaylen Brown. I like Jayson Tatum. I want to have those 3 guys in a pretty steady rotation, but Tatum right now, my number 4. Next up at number 3, we're touching on our first set of teammates. That, at least I think it's our first set of teammates. Am I right? Am I looking back through this? None of those guys are on the same team. Nope. Jerami Grant and Saddiq Bey are on the same team. Not my first set of teammates. Number 3, LUKA Doncic. Let's not bury the lead. Point guard eligible, 10,400. Projected for 55. The goal is 58. He's in the optimal lineup 28% of the time. So everything I said about Porzingis and his matchup is the same. Otherwise, we just need to talk about how Luka's only 10-4. I love that price. 1.54 fantasy points per minute in this matchup. The full 36 minutes, 35% usage, basically projected for a triple-double. 30, 10, 8.5. Not as many steals and blocks, but the scoring potential is huge here. I actually think this matchup fits Luka really well. You could definitely see him and Dame getting into a bit of a back and forth. I wish that they were picking up a little bit more in pace, but I can't complain too much. LUKA Doncic looks like a fantastic pay-up option on FanDuel today. Next up at number 2, another set of teammates being completed. Jaylen Brown. He's small forward eligible, just 7,500, projected for 41. The goal is 48. He's in the optimal lineup 29% of the time. Much like Tatum, I expect him to play 36 minutes, 1.14 fantasy points per minute in this matchup. It's a little bit higher than where he's been. You've seen his price come down a bit. He's been a little off. I think we rebound at some point in time. Pace neutral, or essentially a pace neutral matchup, but again, terrible Sacramento Kings defense. 29% usage for Jaylen Brown, 26, 6, and 3.5 as a baseline projection. I really like the idea of getting to Brown. I don't mind getting to Tatum with him as well. I don't mind rotating through the 2 of the 3 big players for the Boston Celtics. I really do like these combos. We have teammates in 3 separate spots. Brown and Tatum, Porzingis and Doncic, Grant and Saddiq Bey. I like it quite a bit. But for right now, Jaylen Brown at small forward, the most difficult position to fill, in my opinion. A $7,500 price tag that is significantly lower than where he has been over the past week or two. I don't think it rebounds too much, but I do think that he can get back up to that 8K range. So grab the value while you can. Now, before we get to that number one contender, one last reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live, and then head on over to Twitter, follow me, at Josh Engleman. It's the only place that you can get the updates to my sim results. Then come underneath this video into that comment section and let me know who your favorite and least favorite contenders are for today's slate. And finally, the number one contender, shooting guard eligible, Andrew Wiggins. Yep, 5,200, projected for 34. The goal is 40. I think he's in the optimal lineup 32% of the time. Warriors are looking like they're going to be without Steph Curry and Kelly Oubre today. That's news that Andrew Wiggins is going to be very happy about. Obviously, we still don't have James Wiseman or Eric Paschall either. I've got Wiggins at about a fantasy point per minute here. We've seen this sort of scenario before for the Wolves, and at 5,200, this guy's just going to shoot a lot. 21, 5, and 2 is the baseline projection, but I've got him around 27% usage. The only guy that we really have to worry about here is Steve Kerr slowing this one down. It's not a great spot against Memphis, but it is just it's basically like pace neutral. Memphis's defense is solid, if not unspectacular. The real big benefit here is that there's no Steph Curry and there's no Kelly Oubre. So Wiggins should have no problem finding the shots that he wants to take. And I'm willing to bet pretty heavily that Wiggins is going to take those shots. Whether they go in or not, I can't really tell you. But the opportunity is there. And there's so much opportunity that Andrew Wiggins becomes the number one contender today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Friday, March 19th. We made it through the week. That is it for the contenders this week. We'll be back again Monday morning with another edition of the contenders. Good luck tonight. Enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you guys again in a couple days.